Lieutenant Commander Tim White was at his desk when the gunman crashed into the second shooting location, the Navy Operational Support Center out on Amnicola Highway.
For the first time, Lieutenant White is telling us what happened inside those gates moments after the shooter broke in. Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Kelly McCarthy has this story.
As commanding officer of the facility and the servicemen inside, Lieutenant Commander Tim White says he had a responsibility on July 16th. His priority was to keep his Navy sailors and Marines safe. And for the first time, Lieutenant Commander White is telling us what happened inside those gates moments after the shooter broke in, and why he stands by his choice to fire back at the gunman.
When I saw him, I knew that he had just crashed through the gate. He had a rifle, an assault rifle with him. He was there to hurt people.
Lieutenant Commander Tim White was sitting at his desk with his office window slightly opened and his personal gun inside his top drawer. He reacted within seconds.
At that time, I fired at him, trying to stop him. My main concern was to prevent loss of life in the facility.
Lieutenant Commander White emptied his own gun, firing at the shooter, and the consequences have been weighing on him ever since.
When I thought my career's over, when I pulled out my firearm, I would still do the same thing.
Knowing his actions gave others a warning and possibly more time to find safety.
I think of ways that lives were saved that day.
Many Marines have thanked him and said that if it wasn't for his shots, they wouldn't have known to run. They wouldn't be alive this day had it not been for him.
Lieutenant Commander White's actions created a national debate, putting pressure on lawmakers to change the rules and allow military to carry on base.
They want to be able to not only defend themselves, but defend their brothers.
Even unarmed, eyewitnesses say Gunnery Sergeant Thomas Sullivan and Staff Sergeant David Wyatt died trying to help others reach safety.
I can imagine they felt very helpless.
The White family has spent the past year focusing on the good that could come from the Chattanooga shootings, a change in policy that the Whites say would honor the 5 victims.
I think that they are honoring their deaths and reacting now and making changes that need to be made.
They fully support them. They hope that policy will change and that more lives could have been saved had they been allowed to have their personal weapons with them.
The Navy is still internally investigating the actions that took place on July 16th. Lieutenant Commander White is still the commanding officer of the facility. The Department of Defense is taking a closer look at the laws and policies that regulate the use of personal firearms on base, but no official changes have been made. In the studio, Kelly McCarthy, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.